In last video we discussed about the communication protocols that we are used in our Arduino and ESP32 microcontrollers. So in that video I discussed the two protocols, that's UART and I2C communication. So if you don't watch that video, then go to my playlist, Arduino playlist, and then watch these videos. So you can check here. So watch these videos, then come here. And today in this video I will give you the some information about Arduino Nano Pinout, Arduino Uno R3 Pinout, and ESP32 Pinout. One is Arduino Nano, Arduino Uno R3, and ESP32. So here first of all we will discuss Arduino Nano. After that we will discuss Arduino Uno and then ESP32. So first of all let us discuss about Arduino Uno. You can see here. So Arduino Uno has digital pins 13 and 8 analog pins A0 to A7. Here you can see here's A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 and A7 pins here. Okay, so Arduino Nano has 8 analog pins and 13 digital pins that start from D0 to D12 and D13 is here. So Arduino Nano has 13 digital pins. Here you can see Arduino Nano has 8 analog pins. Now let us discuss about its specifications. So Arduino Nano has a microcontroller that's Atmega 3 to 8. Okay, and in some cases there are Atmega 168. Okay, so no, its operating voltage is nominal 5 volt. Input voltage you can give from 6 to 12 volt, but I suggest you can use 6 to 9 volt or 5 to 9 volt, not more than that. And the digital IO pins are 14 here, 6 PWM pins, and analog pins is 8 A0 to A7. So flash memory of Arduino Nano is 30 KB and 30 KB and 2 KB used by the bootloader. So now talking about the SRAM of the Arduino Nano, the static RAM of the Arduino Nano is 2 KB and EEPROM is 1 KB. So clock speed is 16 MHz and PWM pins are D3, D5, D6, D9, D10 and D11. So now talking about the communication protocols. On which communication protocols Arduino Nano works. So here I will tell you it works on the UART and I2C communication. Okay, and in UART the pins are for example RxTX, and for I2C the pins are A4, A5, and for SPI communication it supports both. It supports all of the communication protocols like UART, I2C and SPI. And for SPI you can use D10, D11, D12 and D13 pins. Okay, so it's compatible with the Arduino IDE and its CPU is 8-bit. That means it can process 8 bits at a time. So that's all about the Arduino Nano. Okay, now let us talk about the here I can show you one thing. These are the RxTX pins here. Okay, and A4, A5 here you can see is a SDA and SCL. Okay, so these are I2C and UART communication pins, and here you can see SS, MOSI and MISO. These are the SPI communication, these are the I2C communication. Now let us talk about the Arduino Uno R3. Arduino Uno R3 is same as Arduino Nano. If you use DIP Atmega, then there's a difference, but if you use that supports the chip, that's Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno are same, working are same pins, but the difference is here Arduino Uno has only A0 to A5 analog pins, and in Nano there's a A0 to A7 analog pins. Okay, so same thing here you can see these are the digital pins from D0 to D13 here. Okay, here's a A4, A5, that's SCL, SDA, and it's a UART communication, and here's a SPI communication from D10 to D13. Now let's talk about the specifications of the Uno R3. Nano is compatible. Nano has as compared to Uno, Nano is we can use Nano with the breadboard also. So now let's talk about the specifications of the Arduino Uno microcontroller. Here microcontroller is at mega and same 8-bit microcontroller 3 to 8 and the 8-bit processor, 8-bit CPU. So operating voltage is 5 volt, input voltage is 7 to 12. So the here's the one other difference. We can use 12 volt adapter directly to the Arduino Uno, but that's not compatible with the Arduino Nano. Remember that thing. Okay, here are the digital I/O pins 14, 6 PWM pins, analog pins are A0 to A5, 6 analog pins. Flash memory 32 KB, same as Arduino Nano. EEPROM same as Arduino Nano, 1 KB. SRAM 2 KB. Clock speed 60 MHz, and USB interface at mega is a USB to serial. Okay, conversion. So power supply, you can use USB as well as 12 volt adapter here. So PWM pins are same 6, D3, D5, D6, D9, D10 and D11. So here communication protocols are same. Arduino Uno also supports all of these communication protocols like UART, I2C, SPI. So same pins are used here also, and the software is also Arduino IDE. Now, what is the difference between the Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno? Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno, there's a little bit difference, not that much. So Arduino Nano has digital analog pins A0 to A7. Arduino Uno has A0 to A5. There is a 12 volt jack in Arduino Uno, that's not in Arduino Nano. Both supports all of the communication protocols. Both have same SRAM. Both have same flash memory. Both have same clock speed. Okay, so there's not much difference, a little bit difference between the Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno. Arduino Nano is compatible. We can use it with the breadboard also. Okay. So now let us talk about the one of the most used microcontroller for the IoT project, that is ESP32. Okay, ESP32 is mostly used microcontroller for IoT applications. So here's the pinout of the ESP32. You can see here. So in ESP32 there are ADC and DAC pins. Okay, analog to digital and digital to analog converter. The pin number GPIO 16, GPIO 39, GPIO 34. If I am talking about the pin 39 pins of the ESP32, here's the two versions. One is 35 pins and another one is 39. Okay, so remember that. So here if we talk about 39 pin, then there are 36 and 39 pins extra. And if we talk about the 35 pin ESP32, then you can use pin number 34 as ADC, 35 as ADC, 32 as ADC, 33 as ADC pin, 25 ADC, pin number 26 ADC, 27 ADC, 14 ADC and pin number 12 ADC. So what does this ADC mean? ADC means analog to digital converter. Here we can use analog to digital converter pins. For example, in these pins we can use analog as well as digital pins. If you have analog pin, you can use same pin. If you have digital, if you have analog sensor, you can use the same pin. If you have digital sensor, you can use the same pin. Remember, if you are talking, if you have a 39 pin ESP32, then 36 and 39 pin are also ADC pins. If you have a 34 pin, 35 pin microcontroller ESP32, then 35, 34, 32, 33, 25, 26, 27, 14 and 12 pin. These are the ADC pins. Okay. Now talk about the communication protocols. Here you can see the pins. Now we are talking about it is for example, now we will talk about it is. So microcontroller, there's a in ESP32 the microcontrollers dual core 32-bit up to 240 megahertz. The clock speed is up to 240 megahertz. So it's very faster than Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno. Arduino Nano has 16 megahertz clock speed and ESP32 has up to 240 megahertz clock speed. Okay, so memory is greater here. Memory is more here. It is 520 KB RAM and 4 MB of the flash memory. So you can upload the code that size has up to 4 MB. So thousands of lines can burn. You can code like thousands of lines you can burn in ESP32. Okay, so it's a Wi-Fi enabled. So there's a Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz. So Bluetooth, also Bluetooth enabled. Some ESP32 has Bluetooth enabled. Okay, and the IO, here are the IO pins. There is 34 GP IO pins, in which 12 bits are ADC. It's a 12-bit ADC 18 channel. 2 ADC 18 channels. Okay, so power supply, if we're talking about the power supply is operating voltage 3.3 volt. So ESP32 works on 3.3 volt, and the communication protocols here, it also supports I2C, SPI, UART. Also there are PWM, CAN and SDIO, serial data input output. So these are the connectivities. Okay, now if we're talking about the clock speed is 240 megahertz. Okay, so if you talk about the Arduino, so there is no encryption and decryption process. So in ESP32, hardware encryption like AES algorithms, SHA, RSA, ECC, secure boot flash encryption is available here. Okay, power consumption, it consumes more as compared to the power consumption is more as compared to the Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno here. So the other thing, it also supports the same Arduino IDE. We can upload the code using Arduino IDE. It supports also Arduino IDE. Nano supports Arduino IDE. Uno supports Arduino IDE. So there's a difference between there's a huge difference between the microcontrollers of Arduino and ESP32. So these are this lecture is all about the Arduino Nano, Arduino Uno, and ESP32. I hope you like this video. If you enjoy this video, then do follow my YouTube channel Zaid, and follow my Facebook page Zaid for more videos. So next lecture we will talk about the another thing, that's the example of SPI and UART. That's the lecture that we discussed already, and now we are going to do some examples in the next video using using I2C and UART communication protocols. Thank you so much for watching this video.